Hey gang, Tony here. I'm gonna do a quick, just closing off. This is the end of the Twilight Zone saga. So this has come to an abrupt end. For those who didn't watch the previous two videos, go to my videos. I got two other Twilight Zone ones, watch them if you want. But briefly, once again, I bought a box set for Twilight Zone, and the box set was a bootleg. I got a return, sent it back, got my refund, then it got sent back to me and said return to sender, P.O. Box vacant. I didn't want to be a rat, so I actually, and this is what you guys don't know now, this is new content, I emailed the seller and I told them, I said, hey listen, the box came back, please advise, basically. And I just got a response from the seller, and their response was, just keep it. Period. No explanation or anything like that. So, yeah, I just dug it out of the box. You could see here that I even have the note that I left in the box for them, which says, thank you for the return, sorry about the inconvenience. You know, I was very nice about this the whole way around. I didn't, like, attempt to blame them for it, whether or not they knew it was a bootleg, whatever. So I have the set back, and I have to admit I was pretty curious as to what this would look like on the inside, because as you remember, for a bootleg this looks incredible on the outside. There were reasons I knew it was a bootleg, most notably because there is no limited edition number right there. It's just blank. But also because it's the wrong size. It's a rectangle instead of a square, and the lenticular photos were in the wrong places, and so on and so forth. But enough of all that. I'm opening this bad boy. I'm going to see if the inside is done as well as the outside, or if they skimped on it. I have a fairly good idea that this is going to look basically just as good as one of the originals, one of the real ones. Now, whether or not the discs themselves have as good quality DVDs, that's another story. But this comes off, so that was not attached to the box. I don't know if that was the case for the real ones or not. I will mention this. Oh, and you could see the box was crushed a little and stuff like that. So even if this was the right one, I still would have been a little annoyed. So interestingly, when I was going to email the seller, I went to their feedback because I was curious. They have 100% feedback, and they had two other box sets like this, and the two people who bought it other than me gave them positive feedback and said, you know, great condition, very happy, whatever, stuff like that. So there are two people who bought these sets and didn't realize that they were bootlegs, I guess, because they were happy with it and gave them positive feedback and kept them. So let's open this up. We'll see what we got here. Wow, yeah. So there's the slip-off top. A little busted up here and there, but really not that bad at the end of the day. And on the inside, you can see, oops, that it looks pretty good. It even has the comic book and everything in there. So there you go with that. If you look around the edges, we have the complete lenticular photos. You could see the rest of them now. I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at some of the other unboxings to see what the lenticular photos look like on the other boxes, but I have... Here, actually, you could see here, notice that the lenticular photos on the short side fit perfectly to cover the whole surface, but on the side that's longer than it should be, there's actually space on either side. So that's notable. I think that is because the box is bigger than it should be. Let's take a look at the contents here. So we have the comic that comes with it, Twilight Zone mini comic. This is... I vaguely remember them saying that there were 4 different ones, in the original package, so I don't know. This just says the Twilight Zone, February. I don't know. So I don't know which one that is, but it looks good. I gotta admit, you know, this is, whoever did this, it's kind of ridiculous just how well put together it is. And then we got the Twilight Zone bonus disc. Again, the packaging looks immaculate. Wow. I mean, right down to the discs themselves being in plastic bags and having labels on the front. I mean, it really makes me question. It honestly makes me question. You know, I mean. Anyway, so that's that. That's the bonus disc part. Come on, Luna. And then there's also on the other side. This feels like it's stuck or something. I'll take some other stuff out first. It feels stuck. Let's see if I can slide out some. Okay, so now this is definitely different. Yeah. Alright. The inside box sets were in plastic wrap, for sure, in the real ones. So I know for a fact that's one difference. When you open this up, I don't know exactly how this was put together, but in the original one, but this, I don't know if that's supposed to be attached to that or what. But these are all the 80s. This is the 80s series. And again, the discs actually look like, physically, they look fine. Disc 1, Season 1, it opens like, see how it opens like a book? Which makes me think that this side should be like adhered to that somehow. Maybe not, because it like slides like that, so I could be wrong. It looks like all the discs are there. They're all labeled. Looks good. Alright, let's go on to the official set. That is the original series. Again, not in plastic wrap, but it opens up. This is going to be kind of hard for me to show you guys. There's some kind of residue on there. I'm not sure what that's from, but it opens up like this. And then from there, of course, further to the discs. And again, the discs all seem to be there. Nothing's broken. They look like they're, you know, correct. I'll have to go through with more detail, make sure that all the discs are correct. And I'm also going to test them to see if they look like the official releases or if the formatting quality is worse or something like that. And then finally we have the book, which is definitely stuck to something. So here's the book. You can see that in there. And it feels like maybe it got glued in there or something. Oop. Yeah, it was glued. That was glued to the box. You see, that came from the inside of the box. Right there. So that's not a big deal. I'll kind of peel that off, but I guess they put everything in and then maybe some of the glue seeped through when they were sealing the box or something like that. But again, you know, that looks like... Am I holding it upside down? No. That looks pretty well done. Okay, so... Wow. You know what I mean? Now, there is little doubt in my mind that this is a bootleg set, for all the reasons I mentioned before. And kind of on top of that, the fact that the seller didn't even push back when I asked for a return. They didn't say, like, oh, that's the real thing. or ask me to reconsider. They just accepted the return. They didn't push back at all. That on top of the lenticular photos, the shape, and the fact that there is no limited edition number on the set. I mean, these were numbered sets. Absolutely no question. Every single other one that I've seen people unbox has a number on there out of 7,500. This is a fact. So, the only other thing I could think is that the company themselves made an official reproduction because the original sold out and they decided to, do a cash grab and just do another set. But I have trouble believing that simply because when you build something as limited edition, you wouldn't then go back on your word and put it out again without numbers, with no other changes except for like the box shape. So, plus, why would they then change the box shape? They would just reproduce it from the same specifications that they had previously. So this has to be a bootleg, but goddamn, is it a good freaking bootleg? I mean, unless the discs just don't work, I'm fine with this. I don't even care anymore. I got reset, whatever, So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. This was definitely interesting for me. In a future video, maybe I'll just mention if the discs worked and how they worked and all that kind of stuff. But, if I never say anything, it probably means they worked. Alright, everybody, breathe deep in the night. Thanks for watching again, and see you soon. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I doing this kind of stuff?